Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. I know everybody all around the world is busy self-isolating because of COVID-19 and it's a bit boring. So yeah, I'm with you. It's a bit boring when you can't get out, when you can't do the stuff that you've been doing all your life. So I'm going to produce a lot of videos, I think, because I think I'm a little bit bored like you all. Not saying I only produce videos when I'm bored. It's just one of those things. I have a feeling about these things, and I have a feeling I'm going to be very productive on my YouTube channel in the next few weeks. So here we start. Today I'm going to review a Dior Privé fragrance which focuses on rose. It's called La Colle Noire. La Colle Noire was released in 2016 and then it was reformulated and released in 2018. I do not know which version I'm reviewing. This was Rohit who sent me. He's been absolutely amazing, instrumental in sending me tons of samples of fragrances that I would have thought I will never try. So La Colle Noire is basically the name of the residence of Christian Dior. Christian Dior has many properties, I assume, and one of his properties is a chateau, and it's quite an old chateau. It's in the province of Grasse, in a place of Grasse called Grasse. I don't know whether it's a province or not, in France. And La Colle Noire is a chateau which has got amazing sprawling gardens. Here's a view of it, fellas. And I'll tell you one thing. If I ever make anything out of myself, and if I ever have the cash, I like to have something like this. I like to live in a place like this. I tell you, it's beautiful. It's got lavender gardens, rose gardens. It's got a pool, and he has, I believe, he loved to host his friends there, and it's, I think, open to tourists now again. It's been sort of reopened for tourists. I haven't done much research, but I know that this place is amazing, looking at the pictures. So La Colle Noire is about the rose that is grown in France. It's known as Rose de May because it's harvested in May, and it's different than the other roses. This is what it looks like. It's also referred to as cabbage rose. So La Colle Noire, I've already got it dry down, but I love the opening, so I'm going to spray it anyways. I really enjoy the opening. And if Rohit hadn't sent me this, I would have never tried it, because I generally tend to stay away from rose fragrances, at least before now. Nowadays I'm trying a lot of rose because I'm beginning to love it. This is stunning opening, absolutely stunning. Oh, it's got this amazing raspberry note, fruity, deep, almost as if alcohol has been used, so like a raspberry liquor, and with that this superb generic rose. Generic because I'm now beginning to understand different types of roses, and this one smells like a sort of conceptual rose, and a hint of greenness, but more remarkably it's got a lot of tanginess to it, but it's a fruity tanginess. Now, I talked about Rose Damascena in my previous review when I was reviewing Rose d'Arabie, which has this tarty, bright, radiant tartiness. This one is like the tartiness you get in a fruit. And I checked the notes, and it's got blackcurrant. Blackcurrant combined with lemon rather. So lemon, blackcurrant, that's the tarty fruit. Then there's this alcoholic, boozy, deep, rich raspberry, and a generic rose. That's how it starts. I love it. It smells absolutely brilliant. There's this tinge of greenness to it, which makes the fragrance not sort of sweet jammy rose. It's not like that. It's just amazing. The opening is stunning. I love this fragrance. I would have never tried it, but I'm glad I tried it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, very high quality as well. And it smells as if you're going out to an invitation you've received from one of your very wealthy friends. This smells wealthy, glamorous, wealthy. Yeah? Superb. The fragrance, when it starts to dry down, brings in a few more aspects which make the fragrance even better, in my opinion. It brings in a beautiful makeup vibe, but the makeup vibe is not like that of a lipstick. Yeah, it's like more of a foundation. So imagine yourself sitting in a daytime lunch you've been invited to with all these beautiful people, yeah, and they've come in their finest clothes, and they've got this beautiful makeup, expensive makeup, most probably Guerlain, but this smells like that rose fruity tartiness combined with that makeup vibe. It is so prevalent you cannot miss it, and you will start to smell it in about 15 minutes. That makeup vibe doesn't push the fragrance towards feminine. It's not. It's a very unisex fragrance, and that makeup vibe is combined later on with a very nice diffusive sandalwood and musk. So clean musk, lovely sandalwood, very powdery, not powdery but slightly powdery, ever so slightly powdery, and that makeup vibe is also slightly powdery. And then there's this beautiful killer punch in the end, and that is the fabulous smell of peony. Peony is one of those flowers that doesn't have a huge amount of fragrance, but when you smell a peony up close, it's got this beautiful, glamorous, amorous kind of a smell, very, very deep, very nice. It almost disarms you. That's peony. Peony is beautiful. And along with that peony is this amazing smell that I have smelled before. I get it here as well. And that is, can't remember the name. It's very, very popular here in the UK. It only flowers in about May or June. And it smells like rain. Almost smells as if damp flowers after rain. Yeah, and that's, I can't remember, the heliotrope. That's it, because it smells, it's spelled like, or it's called, it just sounds as if it's a chemical compound. Heliotrope is basically a flower, and it smells very divine. It's really beautiful and it's full on smell, but it doesn't project. So if you see a heliotrope flower, you'll have to go like this to smell it. When you smell it, it just goes boom, just like peony. Rose, normally you can smell rose from a distance, but peony and heliotrope are flowers you have to really go close. And when you do go close, it just goes bang, welcome to my world. And it's a completely different world. So that's the end. It's a lot of flowers, fruits. There's another mention, I forgot to mention, there's this peach, smell of peach, which is almost aldehydic, that you smell in the middle stages. So lots of flowers, lots of fruits, beautiful vibrant rose, along with the smell of makeup. You can imagine how beautiful this smells. It's totally amazing. This smells glamorous, party-like, really well made, and stunning. People have to really try. You guys need to really try this. If you love going out daytime, this has this daytime vibe. You're gonna really like it. It's really stunning. I'm telling you. La Colle Noire is one of the brilliant Dior Privé fragrances. Now let's talk about upsides and downsides. Number one upside, it's a stunning composition, guys. If you're looking for something, if you're getting married this year and you're going to have, I'm assuming you'll have a daytime event as well. Really try this, and if you don't like rose, try this for your would-be wife. It's just amazing. It's got that amazing celebratory smell. It's really stunning, very well made. Number two, upside, this has that that feel of a very expensive fragrance. This doesn't go and hit 20 yards where you're from where you're sitting, but when people come in your scent bubble, that's when they will realize that they've walked into an amazing scent bubble. It smells expensive, extremely well made, very expensive. It smells really expensive. Rose normally does smell expensive if done properly. Number three is the performance. Stunning performance, guys. You're going to get at least 14 hours, 12 to 14 hours. It projects, but not like a beast or a monster. It projects about 1.5 arms length and then recedes to about half an arm's length. And it stays like that for about 6-7 hours. The moment you move, you'll smell it. So got tremendous sillage as well. Great performance. Number four. Now this is where I'll spend my money. So it's a very high value for money. But Dior Privés normally come in this big flacons, which I don't want to afford because it's just going to sit there if you have a huge collection. So 10 ml is what I would recommend. Get a 10 ml decant. This will serve you so well in special occasions, daytime. Spring is the best weather to wear it because it's full of flowers and fruits. So those are the upsides, if you like. The downside, this fragrance has this makeup vibe which pushes the fragrance towards I would say, being a unisex. So if you are afraid of wearing such fragrances, then that's one point. That's the one reason I would want you to test it. But this is no less feminine than Dior Homme. Yeah, Dior Homme has this lipstick note. This one doesn't have a lipstick note, but it has a makeup vibe. The other one downside is got a slight powderiness to it because of that makeup vibe and that heliotrope. Heliotrope is slightly powdery. It's damp powdery, and it's very slightly powdery, ever so slightly. So have a look at that. Third downside is Dior Privé normally tends to market their bottles in very large sizes, which becomes extremely difficult for people. I think this is a downside for all Dior Privé fragrances. It's really difficult to afford a 75 ml, 125 ml or 200 ml, but it's just going to sit there. If you have a decent collection, how will you use 250 unless you are completely smitten by it? So for people with small collections, this is not a downside. People with medium to large collections, this is a downside. Dior needs to think about it. They should be releasing 50 ml bottles, I think. That's about it. Those are the upsides and downsides. Seasons, I think the best season for this is spring. Somehow this fragrance is a daytime fragrance to me. Rose normally tends to veer towards nighttime wear, but this is so vibrant, this is so tarty, it's got that beautiful daylight kind of a vibrance to it. It's a very vibrant fragrance, very glamorous, very vibrant. It's joyful fragrance. It's amazing actually. So I think it's spring daytime would be a beautiful time to wear this fragrance. Honestly, it's really going to shine. And it's versatile, you know, this doesn't scream like an attention grabber. It's versatile. I can easily wear this to work. So, you know, I wouldn't have to think twice if I was to wear this to work, as long as I watch my sprays. Yeah, this is very, very good fragrance, guys. Really look into it. La Colle Noire is fantastic. Marks out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a superb rose fragrance, one of my absolute favorites. I will get a decant. Thank you, Rohit, for sending this to me, because if you hadn't sent this to me, I wouldn't have tried it. So La Colle Noire. I hope you liked the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.